Oh boy, oh boy. Oh man! The throw a blanket over them. But it's battle stations. White flag comes out. She's on for young and old, this one.
Has he got the job done? Looks like he has on the inside.
The pace is electric out in front.
And you'll see them come out, and these cars tonight, along with the sprint cars, I believe, will do the half track, the shortcut straight across. They don't have the best steering in the world, so it's very difficult for them to come out and turn hard right. So instead they go across. There's Raymond Phillips going out now, heading across the half track, 17I. The car I was talking about last week did the fantastic restarts. Very, very quick driver. And you've got to remember, these cars are all identical. It's up to the driver and setup. The engines of V6s are the same. The computers they use are the same. So it comes down 100% to what the driver can do and how the car is set up. Travis, the clerk of the course, giving them a bit of a hurry up to get round there, get lined up. We want to get the show on the road. So 10 six-shooters here tonight. They've got another, they're going to get one more lap to let those back markers catch up. Once the starter is happy and the officials are happy that all cars are in the correct position and not too far off the right line, they will get the green flag. Just waiting to see if they're all happy. The green flag is up and ready, and they have got the green. They're away. Oh, and what a fantastic start. Brodie Cunningham down the inside, shows him how it's done. Oh, we've got contact already. Pageant's gone around. He went low, very low into the first corner and clipped the wheel. Looks like he's still going. Hopefully no damage to that car. He'll give it the big flick, I think. Looks like he's heading to the infield. No, looks like the steering's working. Only just clipped the wheel, so he's going to have to race around. It looks like they'll go back to their original grid positions. A lap wasn't completed, so they'll go back to their original grid positions. So this might just take a lap to get that sorted. Brodie Cunningham, great start, read it very, very well. Off the second row, straight into the first corner. So we'll see Travis, no doubt, will give them a one-lapper. They've all managed to get back into their original grid positions. Yes, the one lap indicated to the drivers. They've got one more to go. Watch James Martin had a very good run here last weekend as well. He's on the outside of the front row. So he might not be caught napping again, but Brodie Cunningham, can he do it again? Everyone's seen his trick. Might be a little bit more difficult to do it this time. As they come around, the green flag is up. Green light, green flags, they are away again. Brodie Cunningham, that doesn't happen this time. Cooper shuts the door on him. Says, I saw you coming last time, it's not going to happen again. James Martin drifting around the outside. Looks like there's a little bit of lack of traction out there. They're not as slick out on the high line this early in the night. First lap completed without incident. That's it's getting a little bit of congested back there for 4th, 5th and 6th. Just trying to sort themselves out. Shane Cooper back there in the Shane Cooper out in front, doing a great job. Brodie Cunningham trying very, very hard to get that car hooked up and make a bit of a jump on Cooper. John Pageant, after that spin, is managing to hold position. Jeremy Blake, you're having a bit of trouble, a lot of understeer in that car as he goes into 1 and 2, but it's Shane Cooper out of the front with Brodie Cunningham trying very, very hard. He's getting closer every single map. James Martin just drifting back a little bit. Josh Buchanan, who's back again this week in 4th position. Oh, just about up on the wall for Brad Evans in turn 2. Got way too high. Brodie Cunningham chases down Cooper. Doesn't look like he's got it going into 1 and 2. He's very quick through there. He's running out of laps. He's going to have to try something pretty hard. Again, Cooper holds a good line. Doesn't mean it makes it any easier for Brodie Cunningham to try to find a way past. He's got the fastest line around the track at the moment. Raymond Phillips trying hard to get keep in contact with Pageant in front of him. Brad Evans looks like there's a little bit of smoke coming from that car as he goes very out of control. So just keep an eye on Brad Evans' car. A bit of smoke starting to puff out of the engine. Could be a sign of something worse to come, but hopefully not. Cooper managing to hold it as he goes into 1 and 2. The track becoming a little bit of a single lane. These big wheels heating up the track and spitting the dirt out to the clay to the outside makes it difficult to get up there and try to get some traction. As Brodie Cunningham is finding, can't really do anything else. There's some back markers coming up. This is what he can use to his advantage if he can make it happen. It's not going to be long before they actually reach those back markers. And with being a 1 lane, it's... Oh, Brodie Cunningham just tries to tuck it down the inside and rolls off the gas. Knew better of it. They come around now. White flag, so this will be the last lap. Brodie Cunningham's got 1 lap to do it. Right on the back of those back markers. Someone's going to have to make a move here, and I think it's going to be Cooper to hold it. Comes up on the back of Georgia Gordon. He's going to manage to hold it, hold Brodie Cunningham off for the checkered. And there it is, checkered flag. Sean Cooper, absolutely great run to keep Brodie Cunningham, a very strong competitor, off. And then we're back to Martin in 3rd, Buchanan in 4th, Evans holds on for 5th. John Pageant, after that spin, manages to bring it home in 6th position. Raymond Phillips in 7th. So the track, they're having to find that they're going to need to do some wheel packing, and they were told to run high. You'll see the cars start to get into that clay that's been thrown out onto the outside of the track. No doubt the officials will get out there with their flags and point the cars to where they want them to go. Some of the drivers listening and heading up high on the track.
What we do, we supply hose and fittings and skill to get equipment up and running.
We're a one-stop shop, lubrication, fire suppression and hydraulics. The service that we provide, there's no other company that can do it and do it as well as we do.
We've got 8 branches in New Zealand, 70 distributors, 130 service technicians and vans. We're also in Australia, but within New Zealand we've been here a long time and we are the market leader.
Welcome to City South Van Spares and Tyres, Canterbury's leading source of top quality new and used van parts. Situated at 166 Macy's Road, Christchurch, City South Van Spares has a vast range of late model quality parts for a wide range of vans, new and used. Also specialising in mechanical repairs, there is a qualified mechanic on site and fully equipped workshop. We even do warranty fitnesses as well. It's one stop and it's your shop. City South Van Spares and Repairs, both sides of Macy's Road, Bromley, Christchurch.
After the devastating Christchurch earthquakes, there has always been one name you can rely on when it comes to scaffolding in Canterbury. Elliott Scaffolding have a purpose-built fleet of vehicles and a fully trained crew that can get the job done. From that small project to the bigger ones and some of the unique ones. Phone now and speak to Trevor and the team at Elliott Scaffolding Christchurch.
Cleveland, in fact, who sat off a little bit and thought that would be a good way to start, be able to leap out to the left and go past all the cars. But Clark, of course, Trevor certainly rectified that and made him reverse and line up exactly in the right position as he goes down to make sure everyone's okay. Big thumbs up, and we'll wait for the green flag to see the youth mini stocks away. And they're away and off. And it's Adam Evans with a great start down the left-hand side. Cameron Reedy there also, he wants around the outside. That's probably not the best attack at the moment. Josh Evans, these guys are cousins, the Adams. They're not brothers, some people think they are, but Josh has managed to slot into third position. Antonio Edmonds, another hard charger, in second place, but it's Adam Evans out in front. Now, these cars look like they're reasonably easy to drive around here. They are probably one of the hardest cars. Very down on horsepower. You need to pick a very clean line and drive very cleanly to be able to get the most out of these little cars. As we see, Adam Evans getting up high early on. That's probably not the place he wants to be, and only just touches the wall. So he's trying hard, and it's obviously very slippery on the outside of the track, and the drivers are going to try to keep away from there as much as possible, but Adam Evans just up a little bit too high. Edmonds couldn't make any advances there, but Adam Evans is just keeping enough distance not to make it too easy. This is a non-contact sport, like all the other classes aren't supposed to be contact, but just because they've got all the protection around them doesn't mean that they're going to be crashing into each other. So remember, these drivers are 12 to 17 years old. They are definitely the youth mini stocks. We saw the adult mini stocks here last weekend as Adam Evans just stretches the lead a little bit more over Edmonds. Josh Evans is closing in on Edmonds, but very slow. Oh, he's been pushed out high by Erskines. New driver just holding a line, and it's going to be Josh one side and Edmonds the other. That's a welcome to mini stocks, I think. That's how they do it here. And it's meant that Josh Evans has managed just to get in front of Edmonds down the back straight there. The fastest man on the track at the moment with a 22.6 is definitely Adam Evans, showing how it's done nice and clean. Not too many erratic moves like he did earlier on in the race. I mean, they are the Toyota and Nissan powered vehicles. You can choose which engine you want. The parts are all off donor cars, so you can't go out and buy any flash new suspension parts. They've all got to be off a donor car. So again, a bit like the six shooters, it comes down to the setup and the driver. And the driver at the moment is Adam Evans, doing an absolutely fantastic job just out in front, creeping away from everyone else. See what he does this time. Was a 22.6 last time. No, he's a 22.8, so he lost a little bit that time. The two behind him not making too many inroads. They're about 3/10 off, but it's going to be a bit of a battle to the flag here with Evans and Adams. That's Josh Evans in the 33T. Right behind him is Edmonds in the 43T. We've got the white flag coming out for Adam Evans this time. So he's got one more lap to do it. Keely Erskine's doing a great job out there. First time out here on the track at Central Motor Speedway. It's a bit of a steep learning curve. It's a whole lot different when you're down there on the dirt than when you are up there on the beautiful grass embankment. And if you're interested in getting involved in this, as we see Adam Evans take the checkered flag from Josh Evans, who will hold on to second. Antonia Edmonds will be third. If you're interested in getting involved in the youth mini stocks, they're a great class. They're a feeder class for the rest of the Speedway categories. They do lease these cars, so you don't have to own one, although that's reputed they're about $5,000 to buy. You can lease one for a season or a couple of meetings to see if you actually enjoy it. As I said, 12 to 17-year-olds, contact the Central Motor Speedway on the website and inquire about leasing. The club has a few cars, and you could be out there going around enjoying yourself immensely and getting a foot in the door to race here in the bigger versions of these cars at the Central Motor Speedway. So 7 rounds. This is their third round of the Mainland Modified Sprint Series. They go, as I said, all over the South Island. They'll go to Westport as well. They go and race over there. The cars generally from Christchurch, Dunedin or Invercargill. We haven't got any local cars here in Cromwell, unfortunately. But a lot of the cars tonight, mainly from Invercargill and Christchurch. They all travel up and down the country together, well supported, so it's great to see them here tonight. And we'll have to keep an eye on the times actually, because they were telling me, the crew down there from 74C, that they're about 1 to 2 seconds slower than their big brothers, the sprint cars, which is quite amazing when you look at them, because you'd think there would be a bigger difference from those V8 powered sprint cars to the smaller modified sprints. As we see them just coming around to get in formation and line up. As they cross the stripe, it's telling me so far 10 cars. Well, there's a couple that haven't registered on the timing screen as yet. See next time they come around. A lot of these drivers out there tonight, well in fact all of them are supposed to have the in-ear radio system so that the race officials can talk to them and tell them about their grid positions. They can tell them if there's an accident, what they want them to do, so it just makes the proceedings so much quicker, that they can get the grids rearranged and so forth, so there's not so much time lost, which is very important here, as there's a self-inflicted curfew of 10 o'clock here at the Speedway. Very proactive in making this a user-friendly event, and they do a great job at that. I think last week we were finished about 5 to 9, so absolutely fantastic by the committee here at Central Motor Speedway to self-impose that curfew of 10 o'clock. So they should come round this time to get the green flag. It is at the ready, everybody in the position, and it's green, and they are racing, and a big start down the inside. 68i, a fantastic start. He tries, oh, there's a bit of a lump forming down there in turn 2. I saw one of the cars picked up in the rear there and shot sideways very, very quickly. But looks like they managed to sort that out, and it looks like it's going to be Scott Williamson who will lead them around this time. Marshall in second, Shearing in third. Shearing trying very, very hard to get up there with the other two. And it looks like it's Marshall that's going to try and lever his way around the outside of Williamson, and does so very nicely. Marshall to lead them across the line. Hewitt, does he hold on to 4th place? Yes, he does. So you can see these are very, very quick little cars. A 16.8 by Marshall out there in the front, and he's certainly making look easy work of it so far. Williamson behind him trying very, very hard. But it's Marshall out there in the front. Clicks off another one, a 16.4. Great lap time. As we said, only 1 to 2 seconds faster, slower than their big, faster brothers, the sprint cars. Comes across a line again, 16.5, so he's lost a little bit. Cars just starting to find their groove as Marshall sneaks away in the front. Williamson behind him, Shearing trying hard to sort of catch the back of Williamson. He's got more pace, he's a little bit faster. He just doesn't have that clean line through 1 and 2, slows him down a little bit. Oh, contact and a spin coming together over there at 2. That was, I think, that bump that got them out of shape very, very quickly. So the cars, yellow flags. Yellow flags, the yellow lights, very hard to see with the sun at the moment. So it's down to the flaggies to slow the cars. Certainly saw Marshall racing down there towards the where that incident is, over in turn 2. But no, I do believe it was definitely, there's a bit of a lump. Just as you see 17D going through there at the moment. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that as the race continues. Cars being ushered across the half track. Gets them away from the incident as one of the cars manages to get going again. In fact, it is 74C. Bird and Mahaffey out there. So he's away and running. So is the other car that was involved in that incident. So good to see both cars. It was only a small coming together and both of them managing to get going again. As they come round now, we'll wait for the green flag. 5 laps so far counted off in this one. Going for 10, and away they go again, and it is Marshall who makes a great start, shearing down the inside of Williamson, trying hard. Williamson's going to have to get out of it. He's going to have to let him go past Shearing. Great move into 1 and 2. He'd been waiting for that all night. He'd been chipping in the way at the back of Williamson. So great job there, picking up second position. Further back in the pack, a few of the cars changing positions, but out the front it is definitely Marshall, who is just stepping away from the rest of the field. Can Shearing make any impression? Now he's been set free. 6 laps clicked off, 7 laps clicked off, 3 to go. Williamson starting to drop off a little bit. As you watch them go through that corner where Williamson is now, that was where that bump was. It sent the car sideways and caused the last little bit of a problem, but seems to have flattened itself out. Big lump of clay, that's all it's going to take to upset one of these cars. Marshall, let's see what is happening, and it is Marshall still the fastest down the track with a 16 flat. So Shearing a 16.2, he's a 2/10 off. He needs to try it a little bit harder, a little bit cleaner to pick up that time to catch the back of Marshall. Doesn't look like he can do it. Hewlett holding on to 4th place, pushed very, very hard. 9 laps down, here we go. Looks like it's the last lap, and the checkered. It is the checkered for Marshall. So great drive. Even though it was a restart and it didn't affect him. Shearing, great one to leap in front of Williamson in that race. And it's Phillips who manages to make a late charge home in 4th position. So there you have it, 16-second flat. I'll make a note of that to see how much slower they are tonight of their big brothers. So a little bit of an incident there, 74C. The boys won't be happy down there in the crew. Travis gives them the signal, 1 more lap. They will shuffle through 1 and 2. Keep an eye on that turn 2. It's caused a couple of problems so far tonight. F1 legend Jackie Stewart said it is the last true spectacle in auto racing when he saw the sprint cars in the 1970s, and you're about to see why, as I'll get the green flag and they will be unleashed. It's Erskine, who's very quickly away. But oh, look at that round the outside, unbelievable. Sam O'Callaghan, sorry, round the outside of everybody, caught them napping a little bit, and he has just launched himself and is just leaving everyone. What an amazing start to this race by Sam O'Callaghan. Oh, we've got a bit of... Oh, Jason Scott's over. Jason Scott is upside down in turn 4. That will bring the yellows out. Oh, my goodness. That was sort of came out of nothing. Jason Scott just getting caught up on the tail of an incident there between Nigel and just got tipped over. For the safety of these cars, I'm sure is okay, but the crew on the scene very, very quickly. It's not a nice position to be in when you're lying on your side in a sprint car. They will get it back on its wheels. Not the way that Jason's going to want to start this evening. Looks like it was Ross McKinnell involved in that incident as well. push truck's just going to move him out of the way. Just wait to see Jason hop out of his car and give us a big okay. Not the easiest machines to get yourself out of when the wings are bent out of shape like that one. Obviously it looks like there's maybe a little bit of damage to Nigel's car. He's sitting in the middle of the track there, Nigel Colvin. Certainly makes a mess of what was a very beautiful wing on the top of that car. So they've just pushed Jason off into the centre. Fortunately brings the grid down to 3, unless they can get the other car going. Of Ross McKinnell. See if there wasn't too much damage to that car. I think you'll find though with that, it was quite a soft roll. Not that a roll's a good thing by any standards, but it was a soft roll. So it looks, hopefully it's just the wing that's been crumpled on the top of that car. And I'm sure Jason has a selection of wings in the truck. So hopefully he'll just be able to replace that and get out for the next race. Single file as they come around to the pole line. Just waiting next door to see if race control are happy. Green flag is up, green flag, green lights, and they're away. Ken Erskine, oh, big wheelie as he disappears down towards turn 1. Didn't manage to take the jump he thought he might. Down into turn 1 and 2. The only place change there looks to be McKinnon. Yeah, he's managed to get past. Oh, but it's Sam all the way, doing it so tidily, so nicely, up high, slow, just so quick through that corner. Erskine doesn't have the measure of him at the moment. We'll see what the lap times are like when he comes round now. Set 14.2 to a 14.8. So he's got half a second and more on him at the moment. And it's Daniel McKinnell that's there back at 3rd place. Nigel Colvin back there in 4th place. But it's a one-man show here at the moment. 4 laps down. Oh, he goes very, very high into the sticky stuff out wide to get a bit more traction. And it's definitely working for him. 14.3 and a 14.6 by Erskine. Still got 0.3 on him. Just getting quicker and quicker each lap. Oh, is that a problem? Is that a problem for him? There's a lot of smoke out of that car coming out of the left-hand side of the engine. Could spell disaster. He's carrying on. Sometimes these drivers don't get to see it. They're looking straight ahead, not what's going on to the left. It's just going through 1 and 2. No, it seems to have died down a little bit, so maybe it's okay. Sam O'Callaghan managing to keep it out in front. Erskine seems to be catching him. The last lap around, Sam was a lot slower. 14.8 to a 14.8, so they're matching time for time as they come up behind the back marker. Looks like it is, in fact. It's Ross McKinnell back there as he goes very high to go round him. Sam, great job to keep it clean. That smoke has definitely stopped, so that's going to come to nothing, we hope. Erskine, a little bit of a problem through 1 and 2 as he flies past him. Just hasn't got the measure of Sam at the moment. 14.4, he's back on the pace. 15.3 by Erskine, lost some time on the back marker. Down the back straight, 10 laps gone. As he comes around again, he's managing to use some of that loose clay to his advantage. White flag is out. Last lap. Sam O'Callaghan, what a drive, fantastic. As he comes round now to collect the checkered flag, he'll be a happy man. And again, he just shows how quick he is, a 14.4. In fact, his fastest lap was a 14.1. So there is nothing wrong with the surface out there tonight, a very respectable time. And it is definitely Sam O'Callaghan who takes that one out. Erskine brings it home. Andy Erskine brings it home in 2nd. And it says on the screen that it'll be Daniel McKinnell. I believe it does show him in 3rd, although it may be Ross McKinnell that got him but his timer must have stopped in that accident because it says he has done 0 laps. So the first of the Winged Warriors, down to 4 cars after that incident. We'll have to see if Jason Scott can indeed get that car repaired. I'm sure his crew will do everything they can, as I said. Blacker is the man, 22T on the inside, that will lead them across the line. The green flag is up, just waiting for the OK from race control, as long as they're happy. Green flags, green light, and they're away. Oh, great start. John Paget, he's managed to keep it, but look who the man right behind him, Raymond Phillips, pushing hard. He's going to get out the lead pretty quick. Blacker, boy, he's a bit too far sideways there, loses spot after spot. That's a bit of a shame. He did a great job. Josh Buchanan through on him. Brody Cunningham looks like he's trying to go around the outside of Cooper. But Paget has got Raymond Phillips right behind him. Phillips trying very hard through 1 and 2. Keeps it very clean. James Martin had a good run last time. He's way back in the pack. He's going to have to fight very, very hard to get up the front and get some more points. But at the moment, it's Raymond Phillips who's attacking Paget very hard. 17-7, 17-7, identical times. So there's nothing in it in this race. Brody Cunningham is out behind Black. He's going to have to try quickly to get past him. He's managed to get past Sean Cooper, sorry. Sean Cooper's dropped back another spot. Brad Evans is back in the fold there as well, but it's Paget managing to hold on to the lead here at the moment from a hard-charging Phillips. Josh Buchanan just sitting back there in third. Hasn't quite got the measure of these cars in front. In fact, Paget's the fastest car out there at the moment, a 17.3. Crosses the line, 17.6, 17.6. Again, nothing in it. Josh Cunningham, 17.5, so he's gathering up a bit of speed. Oh, out to the wall, big hit. Sean Cooper slid through 3, didn't get to 4 and contacted the wall. He's managed to keep going, it didn't look too bad. Keep an eye on that car, but it's Paget out the front. Raymond Phillips tries a different type of line through there, see if he can make any inroads. Josh Buchanan just sitting back there at the moment. Still about a 10th faster than the 2 cars in front. He's running out of laps pretty quickly. 5, 6 done now. Josh Buchanan right on the back of Phillips. Still fighting hard. Brody Cunningham is just clawing away. In fact, Josh Buchanan, fastest man under the track with a 17.2. Cunningham out there with a 17.3. 2 of the young fellas trying very, very hard. Raymond Phillips still can't make an impression on the back of Paget. He's going to have to do something soon. Josh Buchanan's looking for every chance to get past him. Oh, Martin pushed out wide by Evans. But the first 3 come round to take lap 8. And this is going for 10, so only a couple to go. Josh Buchanan tries very hard to dive down the inside of Phillips. Not going to make it happen. Track starting to cut up. There's a car that made a bit of a shortcut there at turn 3 and 4, but it's definitely Paget who's got the legs. Raymond Phillips has to drive a little bit defensive. He's very quick through down into 3 and 4, but can't make anything on it. Brody Cunningham climbs up on the back of them. Don't think he's going to have enough laps to do it. Pushing very, very hard as Josh Buchanan goes very high, just about the wall, to see if he can get a run down on Phillips, but it didn't make any difference. Coming up on a back marker now. Buchanan's lost probably 3 or 4 spaces, just going up a little bit high. White flag will be out this time. Oh, damn, about a big lose there by 99. But it's Paget managing to hold on. He had to go a bit wide round that back marker, which allowed Phillips to try to dive down the inside. Can't make it happen. Josh Buchanan just hanging on for 3rd. Brody Cunningham has just dropped back a little bit. Checking flag. Paget holds on for the win. Raymond Phillips 2nd and Josh Buchanan 3rd. Brody Cunningham just seemed he had the measure of them all out the front there, but in the end just didn't have enough, although proved to be the fastest man out on the track with a 17.1. Great speed, 2/10 quicker than all those cars in front of him. So there you go. Paget making amends for the spin he had in race 1 to take out that one. Jeepers, I tell you, that car of Sean Cooper's, that was some reasonably hard contact with the wall, but it doesn't look like it's affected it too much. I'd say he was pretty lucky through that, just sledged right through turn 3 to contact the wall as he entered turn 4. So I'd say he's a really lucky man to be getting away with that at this time of the night. as we'll see them start to wheel pack and wait for the youth mini stocks to come out. And they're away and racing, and it looks like that Josh may just have the run to turn one, although Adams is going to cover him off pretty quickly. Cameron Reddy looks like he's had to go right round the outside of that one, and it's Edmonds who manages to hold on to third, although Cameron's got a great run down to turn 3 and 4, slides right past him as Adam Evans again shows him how it's done. Oh, a bit of sideways there by Josh. That's not going to help him. As I said, these are underpowered cars. You've got to take every inch of the track cleanly to get them round really, really quickly. Keely Erskine's doing a great job learning the craft of these youth mini stocks. As Josh Evans went very high, maybe made some contact with the wall in turn 4, allows Cameron just to climb up behind him, but it's Adam Evans as ever out in front, the quickest man out there so far, and again shows it on lap 2. He's about a second quicker than the rest of them at the moment. They're all going to have to try it very, very hard. Just watch the way Adam drives this track. It's a little bit different, I noticed, from the other drivers in the last race. Maybe they could learn something off watching him. You can see him goes really low and then manages to get up a little bit higher than the rest of the cars, although a few of them, I think, are cottoned onto it. It showed he was very quick in the last one. Oh, Edmonds plenty of sideways through there. He's going to have to fight reasonably hard to get past Cameron again. Non-contact. We saw last week a few of the drivers giving a bit of a nudge. There was a bit of a talking to after that. As Adam Evans again, just gets up a little bit high there and slows the car as it comes through. Josh did the same, following his lines. Maybe following him too close to a T. Cameron doing a great job of keeping Edmonds at bay. And again, it was Adam Evans out there, quickest man on the track by over just nearly a second. As he comes through turn 4, picks up lap 5 as he comes past now. Makes it all look too easy. He gets up very, very high as he goes into turn 1. The other drivers, you'll see Cameron and Edmonds, they're about mid-track fighting each other. It just allows the car in front to walk away. Adam Evans comes round, does a great job out in front. Oh, right up by the wall that time. He's using every inch of the track to get out there. He's still over a second quicker now, 1.1 seconds quicker, certainly showing how it is all done. Still fighting back there, Reddy and Edmonds. Just allows Josh to have a bit of a quiet run in second position. Keely out there still just learning the craft. It's not easy, folks. If you think it's that easy, come and have a go. But the man making it look, well, he is making it look pretty easy, is Adam Evans. Out there, he'll get the white flag as he comes past this time. Last lap. Let's see what he can do time-wise. Oh, again, takes another 2 tenths off, 21.7. Quickest lap out there, 22.9 by Josh. So he's definitely got the measure. As Reddy has to fight to get back to third position, because Edmonds down the back straight has managed to pass him. And it'll be Adam Evans who will take 2 from 2 as he comes past the start-finish this time with a checkered flag raised. Josh Evans will take second place. Great effort, and Edmonds holds on to third from Reddy. So, not all plain sailing out there, only it is for the man out the front who was clean by a 1.1 seconds. Fantastic effort by Adam Evans. As I said, it's not easy to pilot one of these cars around this track. But these young competitors do a fantastic job.
Welcome to City South Van Spares and Tyres, Canterbury's leading source of top quality new and used van parts. Situated at 166 Macy's Road, Christchurch, City South Van Spares has a vast range of late model quality parts for a wide range of vans, new and used. Also specialising in mechanical repairs, there is a qualified mechanic on site and fully equipped workshop. We even do warranty fitnesses as well. It's one stop and it's your shop. City South Van Spares and Repairs, both sides of Macy's Road, Bromley, Christchurch.
The St Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their greenbone fish or delicious power products and you'll soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Is happy. Racing, green lights, green flag. And it looks like it's going to be Scott who's going to lead them into turn 1 and 2. The car's cleanly getting through there, although there was a bit of jumbling and the car's gone very high. All clean. Great jump there. And it's definitely, looks like Scott's got the measure of them at the moment. But the very hard charging Marshall had a great result and the last race is up to 5th already. Looks like Shearing's following him through. But it's Scott out in the front, leading by a good 3 or 4 car lengths as they come down again to turn 1 and 2. Oh, it's Marshall, the man on a charge. Jackson holding on to 3rd. I don't think it's going to be too much longer before you see Marshall out and up the front. But it's Scott with the fastest lap so far is 16.7. But I reckon it looks like Marshall's going to have a far quicker one this time around. 16.3, matching Scott out the front. Oh, we've had a bit of a spin through 3 and 4. The yellow is going to come out. Looks like they will. That car parked right on the edge of the track as they try to slow the cars down as quickly as possible to avoid contact with that stationary car. Crash crew very quickly over there. It was Williamson that was involved. And Hewlett as well by the looks of things. No, Hewlett comes through now. Just have to keep an eye on seeing. Looking into the sun. 17, the other car involved in that incident. So it looks like it is Williamson that's sitting on the infield there. Scott, who's looks like he's going to take no further part in this one. Daryl Scott looks like he was just managing to edge away. Now he's going to have the hard charging Marshall. He's only a couple of cars back. Jackson doing also some very good times out there at the moment. Come round through turn 3. They're getting ready this time. Remember, they can't make that leap. So it's going to be Scott just to decide when he's going to go. Green flag, and he's off. There was a little bit of a hesitation, and oh no, Shearing into the wall. He went a little bit early, and the result was contact with the wall, but he's managed to keep going as Marshall didn't make as big a jump as I thought he might have. They'll come round now, and it's Scott still out in front. Keep an eye on Shearing, see if there was any damage to 68 as he came round and contacted the wall. But the man who's made the most out of that, McAfee, he has made a great charge into second place. Flying past Jackson, also caught Marshall asleep. So it's Scott out the front doing a great job from Invercargill. McAfee from Christchurch. Then back to another Invercargill, it's Jackson. Marshall just not making the inroads he was from the previous run. I think he was caught napping a little bit. There was a hesitation by the green flag there that bunched them all up and gave the biggest advantage to McAfee. As they come round now, Marshall, Phillips pushing hard on him. Phillips having a great run in the second restart. So come through this time, they'll pick up lap 7. Phillips manages to squeeze on past Marshall as he heads down to 1 and 2. Not sure what's going on there. He's definitely not as quick as he was, although he's going to fight back immediately into 3 and 4. Fastest man out there at the moment is 74C McAfee. Great drive from well back in the pack. car running out of 3 and 4 on the dirt. 8 laps down. And it's Mahaffey who's going to have a charge at Scott. Phillips is going to have a charge at Jackson. And it looks like he's going to get that to sticks. Phillips down the inside of Jackson for 3rd place. Great drive so far. And McHaffey has also got him into 1 and 2. So Scott loses a place. This is making amends for that first race contact. McHaffey across the line. Fastest man out there with a 16.4. Showing him how to do it. Phillips, a massive run down there into 1 and 2. Manages to climb past Scott. Scott starting to drop back. Marshall can't do anything about Jackson at the moment. And it's definitely the man from Christchurch who is leading them away at the moment. Comes round now. He'll take the checkered flag. He'll be happy about that. Puncher in the first one. He's punched back in the second one. Take that. Great drive. Although Phillips, in the end, was the fastest man out of the track with a 16.1. But it didn't have enough laps to make up the distance. Unbelievable. In fact, Phillips on his last lap eclipsed it with a 15.9. So that was some spectacular action. A little bit of a coming together there, unfortunately. We'll have to see if young Williamson can get that car back and going again.
Sebright Blasting Panel and Paint are Southland's commercial go-to place when it comes to the big jobs. From restoration projects that require an expert touch, our team of professionals will sort those bumps and bruises out. Industrial coating, chassis alignment, through to engineering and marine coatings. Offering the latest technology in spray booth, the team will colour it and seal it to perfection. Let us blast any of your products ready to bring it back to life. We do it all. Sebright Blasting Panel and Paint, 90 Preston Street in Invercargill.
So what do? We supply hose and fittings and skill to get equipment up and running.
We're a one-stop shop, lubrication, fire suppression and hydraulics. The service that we provide, there's no other company that can do it and do it as well as we do.
We've got 8 branches in New Zealand, 70 distributors, 130 service technicians and vans. We're also in Australia, but within New Zealand we've been here a long time and we are the market leader.
After the devastating Christchurch earthquakes, there has always been one name you can rely on when it comes to scaffolding in Canterbury. Elliott Scaffolding have a purpose-built fleet of vehicles and a fully trained crew that can get the job done. From that small project to the bigger ones and some of the unique ones. Phone now and speak to Trevor and the team at Elliott Scaffolding Christchurch.
Very, very fast. Sam O'Callaghan, super fast. And the last race of the sprint cars. Jason Scott with it all to do. One of the fastest men around Cromwell Speedway in a sprint car. These are the fastest cars in Speedway as they come round now to collect the green flag. Green lights, green flag, and away they go. And in fact, it is Sam who makes the lead. The charge, he's done it. Erskine round the outside into 3rd, does a great job. Scott straight up into 4th, but it's Sam O'Callaghan who's away. Gone again. Look how quick this man is. Erskine, he wants past fast so he can get on the back of him. But it's McKinnell that's holding him up there. Daniel McKinnon. Jason Scott there in 4th place, making a great run this time. He's right up the back of Erskine and just slides on past ever so easy. As Erskine has a fight back down towards 1 and 2, he's going to make Scott work for it round the outside. He's done it easily into turn 2. The next man on the list will be Daniel McKinnell. Then he's got the ever so fast, and fast as a 14.1 out in the front, Sam O'Callaghan. Jason Scott not doing a bad job himself, being held up a little bit by McKinnell, I think. But O'Callaghan using all the track out there. Takes the high line again. There's that telltale smoke out of that car early on. It seems to go away reasonably quickly. It did in the last race. As Jason Scott front wheels off the ground down the back straight. Gives it all the jandle to try to get on the back of McKinnell. Just doesn't seem to have their pace. They're matching times out there at the moment. And it's definitely Sam who's away on a big charge. Looks like that smoke stopped coming out of that car. So again, not a big problem, but never good to see. As a battle, Jason Scott just can't make inroads in the back of Daniel McKinnell at the moment. Erskine just back there in 4th position. Sam's going to come up on a couple of the back markers. I don't think it's going to worry him too much. He's got the skill to get past them relatively quickly. Colvin will try to get round the outside of one of the Invercargill cars, the other McKinnell, and he does so. Oh, look at that. Sam McKinnell just slides through without a problem at all. Has to run a bit high, but he'll get this one to stick down into turn 3. Jason Scott holding station at the moment in 3rd place. Can't make any inroads into Daniel McKinnell. Erskine just back there waiting for the opportunity to get past Scott. These cars up to 160 kilometres an hour around such a small egg-shaped oval. But it's Sam O'Callaghan. Just does it easy. Lap 10. 13.9. What a sensational drive. McKinnell back on a 15.2. He's got Jason Scott all over the back of him. He's got a back marker to see if it can help him in any way. As he comes round, McKinnell goes high. Erskine goes very high trying to get the charge. But no, Scott can't make that work. He's dropped back a couple of car lengths. But it's checkered flag out for Sam O'Callaghan. Another fantastic drive. Fastest man out on the track. Second to last lap, a 13.9. Just waiting for the other cars to come across. No one's within a breath of him. No one's within a second of Sam O'Callaghan tonight. He has got that car truly hooked up to Central Motor Speedway. And I'm not sure you're going to see anybody catch him tonight. As Colvin stops on the back straight over there. Yellow flags are out. Hopefully everyone sees him. That's not a good place to sit, right in the line of the sun. But the car's now slowing down, doing some wheel packing. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. That's what these big sprint cars are all about. Jason Scott, a couple of times getting the front wheels in the air down the back straight. Sensational to watch these cars. Of row 3, he's got Brodie Cunningham on the outside, but Raymond Phillips will be the one. They'll come round and get the 1 lap signal. John Pagan well back in the field, sensational run in the last race. Back there with James Martin. He's had a bit of a different night tonight. I'm sure he'll try to make amends for that. So all the action, I think, is going to be unleashed from the outside of the 2nd and the 3rd row in this race. They'll come around now. They need to move up and line up a little bit more orderly than that before they're going to let go. Evans leading them around. Turn 3, tidying themselves up now. Green flag at the ready. Just waiting for race control to give him the green. Yes, and a green, and there he is. Raymond Phillips, great job. Straight down the inside. Evans manages to hold them out through 1 and 2. But I think you'll see Raymond Phillips will make a huge run on the back of Evans. I think Brodie Cunningham was the one that lost out there the most, slipped back into 5th position. Josh Buchanan, great job to hold on to 3rd. But in fact, it's Brad Evans who leads them out by a good 3 or 4 car lengths into turn 2. Raymond Phillips unable to capitalise on such a great start, just slipping back a little bit. Josh Buchanan won't take long before he's on the back bumper of Phillips. Phillips will have to get a wriggle on. Gordon managing to hold off Cunningham at the moment. Cunningham will take a slide down the inside here as a big understeer from Gordon through that corner, but had managed to hold on it there as he is. Martin, James Martin, is up there into 6th position, trying to have a hard run. Pagan right behind him, and it's Buchanan that goes down the inside of Phillips. Can he make it stick through 1? Holds it through 2. It's going to be a run down to 3. No, he can't. That's just allowing Evans just to climb out into the lead a little bit further. Evans doing a great job. Fastest man out of the track with a 17.7. Those boys behind them are fighting on 18s, just letting Evans get away a little bit more each time. Brodie Cunningham will be the man to catch them. He's got a clear run on the track, so is James Martin. But it's Evans, collects lap 5 as he comes past. Buchanan can't do anything about Phillips. Had a bit of a run a couple of laps ago. Brodie Cunningham showing he's a fast competitor out there at the moment, 17.5. Fastest man out there with James Martin at the moment. Got a few laps to run. Can they make up the deficit? At the moment, I don't think they can. Everybody's starting to get that little bit quicker. But it's Evans who's managed to pull out a 17.3 just to extend that lead a little bit further. Brodie Cunningham not able to get up on the back of Buchanan. Raymond Phillips holding second securely at the moment. Buchanan trying to find a way round him. Very quick down into turn 1. Loses the momentum. Understeers the car in the corner. 2 places back. James Martin trying very hard. He is a fast man out on the track at the moment with a 17.2. But in fact it is Cunningham, the fastest man out there, 17.1. And it shows. He's up on the back bumper of Buchanan really quickly. Raymond Phillips just holding up Buchanan at the moment, allowing Brodie to catch up on them. Oh, we've got a spin. Blacker has spun down in turn 4. This could bring out the yellows. And it does indeed. Yellow flag. Oh, everybody just managing to go high and miss him. Just a spin down there. He's managed to going again. Looks like they didn't come around for another one. Green flag is up. Green flag is down, and there he goes. He didn't pass the pole, so he's done well. Raymond Phillips goes on the inside of Evans. Caught him napping a little bit. Can he get it to stick as he goes down towards turn 3? I think he has. Brodie Cunningham leapfrogs Buchanan. So a couple of the boys sleeping out there, I think, have been passed, and it's Raymond Phillips out in front. Evans says, I'm not going to have that. He's fighting back hard, but Brodie Cunningham will take... Oh, but Buchanan goes high and round Cunningham. So he gets that spot back for 3rd. Brodie Cunningham caught trying to pass Evans. Had to get out of the gas, which allowed Buchanan just to get past him. But it's Raymond Evans that will take this one out after the restart. Great run. Raymond Evans, I told you he was explosive off the restarts. And he did it very, very well. Just picks his time perfectly just before that pole line and was down the inside of Evans. So Phillips, Evans, Buchanan. So it's going to be a little bit harder work for the other Evans. I'm not sure how much harder work. He's had a clean run of it tonight, Adam Evans. Cameron Reedy will go off 2 by the looks of things as Travis gives us the big thumbs up. And we're waiting for the green flag, and they're racing. Cameron kept a little bit napping there as the Evans 1-2 out of the blocks. And it's Josh Evans that leads him away. Adam Evans is looking for a way past pretty quickly. Tries not to give him too much of a tap as he goes through turn 2. But it was Josh Evans who got the best start out of the 2 of them there. Adam Evans looking to go round the outside. Josh covering him pretty heavily. But Adam's been very quick on that high line all night as he goes down the inside. Throws it into turn 1. He'll hold it through 2 sideways. Josh Evans is going to have a pretty good run to get it back on him down to 3 and 4. Doesn't look like he can do it, and it's Adam Evans in the familiar position of the lead as he comes through turn 3, down into turn 4 to pick up lap 2. But Josh Evans right on his back bumper as he goes down into 1. He's not giving him that easy. He's going to follow him inch to inch around this track as Adam Evans understeers high out wide. Josh Evans can't do anything about it. Edmonds has managed to slot into 3rd with Reedy in 4th. Erskine is doing a great job out there tonight, learning the track, keeping out of trouble as she goes round turn 2. But it's Adam Evans who's leading this one on lap 3. Josh Evans just losing to him little bit by little bit. Half a second slower in that lap. Oh, but no, Josh Evans, a bit of a spin. In 2, trying a little bit too hard. Allows Edmonds just to slide on past. So Josh Evans, all the work to do now to get that second place back. He's been about, he's still a half a second faster than Edmonds. Let's see what Edmonds can do this time around. 22.7. 22.7, he's not doing bad. He might be able to hold him off for the remainder of the laps. But it's Adam Evans making it look oh so easy out there at the moment as Josh comes back hard on the back of Edmonds. As they come round into turn 3 and 4, he's right on his back bumper. He's going to try to go round the outside. It's a long way round, can't do it. Has to wait till he gets down to turn 1. Slides down the inside, beautiful move. Keeps it nice and clean as Edmonds got the run. It doesn't look like he has. They're neck and neck as they head down towards turn 3. Not much in it. Remember, no contact. Josh is going to run wide here as he goes through 3 and 4, which is going to push Edmonds out into the dirty clay. So, clean run there by Josh Evans back into second position. But it's Adam Evans out in the front. Cameron Reedy is... Oh, looks like Edmonds has had a spin in 3 and into 4. Can he get going again before they have to yellow flag it? They're going to leave him there. Hopefully Adam will see him as he comes through. No, managed to get going again. Oh, get going quicker. Erskine comes right up behind him there. Sorry. Reedy is definitely in the middle. Edmonds pulls away. But it's the Evans, 1 and 2. Adam Evans out in front with a 21.9, fastest lap that time around on lap 8. Josh Evans at 22.4, just doesn't have it. Again, half a second. Oh, red flag. Red flag, we've got the car upside down. And that's young Erskine. Can't quite see it, the sun's right in our eyes. Crash crew onto it very, very quickly. All the rest of the cars doing the right thing, stopping. But coming out of turn 4, as they come around now, the green flag is up. They all seem to be in the right positions. Under starters orders now, waiting for green flags and green lights. There they are, and they are off and racing. And it was Phillips who got a magical start. Looks like Marshall didn't have the go too early. And it's Shearing who's managed to pull into 3rd place in front of Jackson. But it was Phillips all the way. Great start as Marshall tries to gather him up through turn 4. But it's definitely Phillips out with a scorcher straight away. Marshall being hounded by Shearing very early. Jackson, then Scott. Back to McHaffey. He had a bit of a shocker on the start there. I thought he might have got a better leap than that. But it's Phillips who comes around with the fastest lap of the 15.9. 2/10 quicker than Marshall behind him. Everybody cleanly through lap 2 as Phillips enters turn 4. Very, very quick car coming on song in the last 2 laps. Looks like Marshall's matching him for times. McHaffey having real trouble getting past Scott. Jackson holding on to 4th position. Back in the field. Hewlett, who's had a decent run tonight, back there second to last. But fastest man out there at the moment is still Phillips, lap 4. Marshall can't do anything bound behind him. Shearing, Jackson, nothing there. Even your last race winner of 74C from Christchurch, McHaffey, struggling back there in 6th position, just doesn't seem to have the pace to get past Scott. But it's Phillips, the man who's leading the charge, although it looks like Marshall's starting to match his times. 5, 6 laps gone. He's going to have to work double, triple hard. They've only got 4 to go. I'm not sure that Marshall's got enough to get him. Let's see what happens this time around as he comes across the stripe. 16.1, 16 flat. He's only a 10th faster as Phillips glides the car through turn 2. He's going to come up on some back markers by the end of this, I think. That may change the standings a little bit. McHaffey making one on Scott. He's got a long road to go to Jackson. As Phillips out of turn 2, fires it down to turn 3, catches those back markers really quickly. He's going to have to thread himself through there nice and cleanly. Got a couple to run. Comes down behind 17D. There's 2 cards wide. Oh, Shearing round the outside of Marshall. Marshall may have a problem. He's slowing. He's definitely slowing. Marshall from 2nd position. Jackson goes past him as well. So Marsh looks like a big problem. Phillips just threads his way through the cars, followed by Shearing, then Jackson. Marshall still circulating, but very, very slowly. That is a bit of a shame. McAfee's got him as well. Checkered flag. Oh, wow. Marshall, after such a great run earlier on the night, he's going to bring the car home, still in 5th place, picks up some points. Unbelievable. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens in that one. Phillips, Shearing, Jackson. Phillips coming on song late in the evening. Sensational lap of 15.9. Not sure what happened there to Marshall's car. Just slowed up very quickly. Still going around on its own power. So there you have it. The point-size sprint cars done and dusted for tonight. But some absolutely awesome action. Sam and Andy are going to have to catch up a little. Make sure the officials are all happy. Coming around now, green flag is up. See what Jason Scott can do off the start. Green flag's green light, we're away. Jason Scott, great run. Erskine right behind him. It's meant Sam's going to have to work a little bit harder this time around as Daniel McKinnell gets out of shape and allows Sam just to slide past him. Erskine right up on the back bumper of Scott as he comes round here. No, he's dropped back a bit, allowing Sam O'Callaghan to go round the outside of him. Erskine just dropping back. Scott's probably got 10 car lengths on Sam. Is it going to be enough? 12 laps, 2 down when he comes across the stripe this time. Oh, wheels in the air from Jason Scott. Sam O'Callaghan is climbing back onto the back of him. It's down to about 4 car lengths, and there's that telltale puff of smoke out of Sam's car. It hasn't come to anything. He's right on the back of him now as he heads into turn 1. Sam O'Callaghan, you have to say, has got that absolutely hooked up. Scott just manages to pull away out of 2. But there's going to be nothing in it when they come back round down to turn 1. That's as quick as it happens here at Central Motor Speedway with the big boys of racing, the sprint cars. 160 kilometres an hour plus, and these 900 horsepower weapons. Scott managing to hold off Sam as he comes down again for the stripe for the 5th lap. Still got some 7 odd laps to run. Sam not able to get up close enough to Scott at the moment. There's only a 10th in it. Looks like Sam's going to run quite high. He manages to get right on the back of him now, but no, drifts back, just manages to lose a little bit out of 2. Scott's got the run down to 3, but there you go. Watch Sam gets out in that dirty clay, gets it hooked up, heads down into 1 again, but Scott's just got the pace through that tighter corner. O'Callaghan going high that time. 7 laps down, this will be across for 8. Again, he's out in that dirty clay. It seems to be the fastest way round here as he's going to go down and around, and he does. What a run! Jason Scott, nothing there. Sam O'Callaghan, what a move. Jason Scott wants to get back on him. He's been hooking up out there wide, and he managed to do it right round the outside. Not the easiest move to do here in that tight 1 and 2, but he's managed to get it to stick as he pulls away. 13.9, fastest lap out there by some good half. Oh, out of shape out of 4. As he heads down now, 10 laps gone. Erskine, bit of a problem through the puddle. But it's Sam O'Callaghan's night tonight. There's nothing that can stop this man as we see the last lap board come out. Jason Scott hasn't got anything. Looked like he had it held out there. But Sam O'Callaghan just lined him up and slingshot round the outside as he comes to collect the checkered flag. Sensational night for Sam O'Callaghan. 3 from 3. Jason Scott did all he could to hold him off. Andy Erskine will bring it home in 3rd with Daniel McKinnell in 4th. Ladies and gentlemen, sensational run. As you watch him come past, give him a round of applause. for an amazing run tonight. 49T, Sam O'Callaghan. Unbelievable. That's what you're going to get a dose of in the next 2 meetings with a full grid on the track of sprint cars.